subscribe.
Hello and welcome. This is the Midday News. The PNG Accident Investigation Commission has opened an investigation into the plane crash incident in the Sapmanga area in Morobe Province, in coordination with New Sky Pacific Limited, whose Aviation Rescue Coordination Center received the distress signal. A search was conducted with the assistance of an air operator based in Morobe. However, due to the weather in the area, the search had to be discontinued. The search resumed Monday morning, and at 8:52 a.m., the search helicopter pilot spotted the wreckage in the Sapmanga Valley, about 32 kilometers northeast of Nadzap. According to the AIC, the aircraft impacted terrain and was embedded in thick forest canopy. Chief Commissioner Marianne J. Wall has urged the general public to refrain from posting misleading and unverified information on social media. Prime Minister James Marape has acknowledged the role of mainstream media play not just in disseminating information, but as a watchman in keeping the government accountable and transparent. Marape took time off his schedule to acknowledge the work of the media in a luncheon event yesterday at Hilton Hotel in Port Moresby.
And as we face 50th anniversary next year, I want to also augment your role. Your role is important. I want to give you a full assurance my government will not dilute media's role. In fact, freedom of media is rich character of any good democracy. In the same way, maintenance of free media is important for us, and I want to spell it out as we all ponder and meditate moving to 2025. That your role will be preserved and protected, especially freedom of speech we have. No right-thinking leader of a free world or democratic nation would enter into the space of sabotaging freedom of media. Freedom of media must be maintained and will be maintained.
Best Gear Trading Limited today delivered food items worth more than 20,000 kina to 3 charity groups, including the Cheshire Disability Services, as a token of sharing the spirit of Christmas.
This is not the first time Best Gear is donating to Cheshire homes. They have done it in the past, and they did it again this year for the second time. The first donation for this year was during Independence Day. General Manager of Cheshire Disability Services, Benson Hahambu, welcomed this kind gesture.
On behalf of the management, the board, our patron, His Excellency Bob Dadai, thank you for the commitment to the community and also for reaching out to persons with special needs and to eventually visiting us to close of the year. Instead of me doing the talking to thank you all every time, I will call up one of our special officers on the ground. They normally look after.
Victoria's emergency services are preparing for an extended firefight, saying Boxing Day could be the worst conditions the state has faced since the Black Summer bushfires 5 years ago. 3 fires are still burning across Victoria. The biggest of them is in the Grampians, where more than 300 firefighters are working to prepare for Thursday, when hot and windy conditions will fan the flames before a gusty wind change hits.
The top of 18, it doesn't feel like bushfire weather in Dunkeld. But just 15 kilometres north of here, the massive Grampians bushfire continues to burn.
We have very active fire in the landscape. We have a big fire.
More than 40,000 hectares have been burnt within a 300-kilometre fire boundary. But the big concern now is Boxing Day, with forecast temperatures in the 40s and hot northerly winds.
As those winds swing round to the north, the pressure on that fire will be to drive hard to the south, so the communities around Dunkeld will be very much in the firing line again.
Local crews have been busy preparing.
We've done just over 200 hectares of burns to create almost a horseshoe shape around the northern interface of the town.
Marianne Brown will host a Christmas lunch on Wednesday, but has her fire plan ready.
We'll probably have a discussion at that day as to what we're going to do on Boxing Day. My personal fire plan is to leave early.
Yes, we're taking bookings for Christmas Day lunch.
It's normally the busiest time of year for the Royal Mail Hotel and its gourmet restaurants.
Since the fires broke out last week, we've certainly seen a lot of cancellations come through.
In the long term, it will be a financial blow to Dunkeld, but it's the immediate threat of fire that has the town on edge, with Thursday's fire danger rating at the high end of extreme.
Boxing Day, we have to be clear, is going to be problematic. Boxing Day is going to be a big day for our state.
More than 100 specialist firefighters and incident control teams from interstate will arrive in Victoria over coming days, as the state prepares for a lengthy battle. But authorities say those living in the fire zones need to act now.
We can't state strongly enough how critical it is that you don't leave your decision till it's too late.
Making the most of the calm before the storm.
An Aboriginal police liaison officer in the remote Northern Territory is hoping to inspire a younger generation with his personal life journey out of crime and dysfunction. Greg Munna has been helping to keep the peace for 7 years, and the NT Police Force say his role has never been more important.
A leader and a pillar of cultural strength. Greg Munna's life was once on a very different trajectory.
I always end up stealing stuff, some cars, fighting, breaking.
As a young man, Mr Munna found himself on a downward criminal spiral. He even broke into the Wadare police station, where decades later he now works as a liaison officer.
I changed my life because I got a wife and son and all my little grandchildren.
Wadare, in the remote west, is one of the Territory's biggest Aboriginal communities. It's also got its fair share of social challenges. Mr Munna believes his story could be an inspiration to others.
Sometimes I talk to young people, why you join working for the police? Because I changed my life, because before I was troublemakers.
These days, he's a different person.
And ceremony man, culture man, and knowledge to our young people to teach the culture.
It's been a year of heightened emotions for the NT Force, with the Commissioner apologising for historic injustice inflicted on Aboriginal people by Territory Police.
I'm deeply sorry to all Aboriginal Territorians.
Officers say a role like Mr Munna's has never been more important for the Force.
They are the conduit between serving police officers and the community, so to have that level of engagement is critically important, and there's absolutely no better time for this agency.
Important steps towards healing and walking tall in two worlds.
In sport, the 2024 NCD Governors' Cup competition is expecting a new cup winner at the end of the tournament following the exit of reigning champions Barrafox Cliffhangers. According to the tournament coordinator, Judah John, the top 16 teams featuring in the cup playoffs have never won the Governors' Cup before. John said the competition for the cup title is up in the air as all teams put good competition to claim their first title. The cup playoff continues today at the Cornet Tigers Oval, with the winning teams securing their spots for semi-finals and losing teams bow out from the competition. In a shocking development, a Fijian rugby sensation Terrio Veilawara has reportedly terminated his $290 million contract with a Fijian organization, marking one of the most high-profile contract terminations in the sport's history. Veilawara, widely regarded as one of the brightest talents in rugby, made headlines earlier this year for his standout performances with the Fiji national team. However, his decision to part ways with the lucrative deal has left fans and analysts speculating about his future plans. While details surrounding the decision remain unclear, insiders suggest that Veilawara might be exploring opportunities overseas, particularly with top-tier clubs in Europe or Japan. The growing demand for international rugby talent has seen many players make moves to more competitive and financially rewarding leagues. And that ends the news update. Do join us at 6 tonight for the main news bulletin. Bye for now.